Hey there guys, welcome to my channel. I am Blade Drummer and I am back for a review for Lucifer. Are you ready? Let's go! Lucifer is an American urban fantasy television series that was released on January 2016. It is based on the DC Comics character taken from the comic book series The Sandman. This series focuses on Lucifer Morningstar, a beautiful and powerful angel who was cast out of heaven for betrayal. As a devil, he gets bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell for millennia. He resigns his throne in defiance to his father, who is God, and abandons his kingdom for Los Angeles, where he ends up running his own nightclub called Lux. Throughout the series, several celestial and demonic threats come to Los Angeles, and Lucifer has to deal with those without giving away his demonic form to the humans. When I first watched this, I didn't know I was signing on to watch a murder mystery show. They combine all the elements you love when you watch shows like CSI Miami with a sort of romantic comedy entwined. Oh, and not to mention that the main character is the devil, just for that little twist. And when you think about the devil, you think about someone who is pure evil. Devour your souls. Ugh. Excuse me. But he's not like that at all. He's more charming, witty, sexy and funny. The relationship between the playboy Lucifer, coming to terms with the one human he's ever met who he can't influence or seem to figure out, and Chloe Decker, a strong-willed, badass single mum detective, makes enough of an interesting dynamic to carry the show on its own. Mixing the two teaming up to solve murder cases together, all of the family drama that comes with being the son of God, and the fact that his true identity, and that of his friends and family, is for the most part hidden despite all of the crazy things that they have going on behind the scenes. And you have Lucifer. The dialogue is witty, often funny and very contemporary. Tom Ellis is pitch perfect. He's lovable at the same time arrogant, critical and self-absorbed. I can't imagine anybody else playing the role better, to be fair. Lauren German, I hope I pronounced that right, makes a good foil for Lucifer in the character of Chloe. All the characters move in and out of the stories, but they never seem forced, and I like that. It does drag in places. The first season was a little bit weak, and some of the antagonists are a bit too cartoonish, but it really does take off during the second season. There's amazing actors, intelligent plots, and great visual effects. It's part CSI and part supernatural, with its depiction of angels and the devil, taking the viewers into each character's journey, making us reflect about things like belief systems and humanity. I love the psychology behind the show in dealing with such issues like guilt, self-loathing, and the temptation to give into evil while also trying to be good. The show is witty, funny, clever, sad, sexy, romantic, suspenseful, and action-packed. That's enough words, isn't it? In 2018, after the third season of Lucifer, Fox unfortunately cancelled the series, stating it was a ratings-based decision.
What a load of crap!
Luckily, Lucifer was revived by Netflix, and they said they were going to finish on season 5, but Netflix had other ideas, and now they're actually going to be finishing on season 6. So I really can't wait to enjoy another season of Lucifer. After Fox cancelled the show and it was revived by Netflix, I really thought that they upped the ante for season 4, as it just seems to add a touch more class, and I actually enjoyed season 4 more than I did the others. I've also really enjoyed the soundtrack and the fight scenes, which were choreographed well. The crime scenes may be predictable, but the drama wholeheartedly surprises you at every turn. Honestly, go and watch this, it is brilliant. 9 out of 10. Okay, so here's 5 shows that I would highly recommend that you watch on Netflix right now. Even if you've been living under a rock for the last decade, it's unlikely that you haven't at least heard of Breaking Bad. I recently saw a poll where Vince Gilligan's masterpiece was voted the show most people lied about having seen. Such is its recognition as one of the best box sets of the modern era. So if you're one of those people, perhaps it's about time you did yourself a favour and watch the story unfold. Following the fortunes of a chemistry teacher, Walter White, played by Bryan Cranston, who is diagnosed with terminal cancer and decides to break bad and embark on a life of crime as a crystal meth drug kingpin, alongside one of his former students, Jesse Pinkman, played by Aaron Paul, to provide for his family after his death. This is one of the most fantastically written, directed and executed television dramas you will ever have the fortune to view. Honestly, watch it. For me, it's perfect television. Many fans believe that Netflix's Daredevil is one of the best pieces of entertainment that the MCU has ever spawned. For a franchise that features some of the biggest films of all time, that's no small feat, but it's a fair comment, as this gripping drama brought Marvel's Man Without Fear into live action stunningly well, telling an action-packed story filled with suspense that delves into New York City's criminal underworld. Charlie Cox plays Matt Murdock, an attorney who was blinded in a terrible accident as a child, which heightened his other senses to a superhuman level. By day, he seeks justice in the courtroom, and by night, he cleans up the streets in the guise of a vigilante known as Daredevil. This is an absolutely fantastic and brutal series. If you're not too keen on violence, I would avoid it, but other than that, go and watch it. Ever since Game of Thrones has ended, people have been looking for the new Game of Thrones, and although almost most fantasy series that has been made in the past few years has given itself this label, The Witcher has probably had one of the biggest impacts on the fantasy world. Starring former Superman Henry Cavill as the titular monster hunter Geralt of Rivia, a gruff and taciturn swordsman hated and feared by the people he protects from supernatural beasts, it has been received very well and is certainly worth your time if you're a lover of the fantasy genre. It's been compared by many to Breaking Bad, and although Ozark is very different in many ways, it's hard to disagree that the moody atmosphere and theme of a family under siege in unusual circumstances certainly share some similarities. The most obvious reason the comparison is made, however, is that like Breaking Bad, Ozark is a very, very good drama that will be talked about for many years to come. The story centres around Marty Bride and his wife Wendy, daughter Charlotte and son Jonah, as they are forced to go on the run from Chicago to the Ozark Lakes in Missouri after Marty's money laundering operation for a drug gang goes wrong and their lives are in imminent danger. But things just get more complicated once they start afresh in the Ozarks, because not only are they instantly embroiled in a strange and brutal world that they just don't understand, but they quickly learn that your problems have a habit of catching up with you and that secrets are harder than you think to keep. All 3 seasons of this excellent show are available on Netflix right now. If you were to cross Back to the Future, Doctor Who and maybe BoJack Horseman, that's the closest you can get to describing the nihilistic animated comedy that is Rick and Morty. Following the misadventures of drunken mad scientist Rick Sanchez and his neurotic grandson Morty Smith, both voiced by creator Justin Roiland, this Adult Swim series takes place in multiple realities and various planets as Rick drags his grandson across the universe. With an impressive voice cast, Rick and Morty is a complex, sometimes dark, but always witty intergalactic adventure. The show is absolutely fantastic and hilarious. If you have a good and dark sense of humour, you will thoroughly enjoy this. As always, thank you for watching my videos. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe because I've got plenty more reviews coming your way. I know Tenet's coming out near the end of the month. Cannot wait to watch that and give a review to you guys. But that is me done for now. You take care of yourselves, stay safe, and that is me out.